Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to have you joining me for Story Hour this morning. Oh, it's today. Do you know what's important about today in churches all over the world? Today is a special day, and it is called Advent. I don't know if you can see the title on this book that says Advent, but I bet you some of you don't know what Advent means. It means coming, and a very special event is coming in the church. I'm going to give you a couple of hints in this book of Advent. When you go through this book, every single page in this book is doors. That's all there is in this book is doors. And this door, behind every door, is a verse from the Bible, and it's telling us about a special event that is coming. So I thought I would see if you could guess what that event is. If I pop this door open here, well, I think I'll pop this one instead. What do we have here? Let me see. It looks like there's a mommy and a daddy and maybe a little tiny baby. Right, that's what it is. The special event that is coming to us in a few weeks is the birth of Jesus, God's greatest gift to all of us on earth. Now, we don't think of it usually as the birth of Jesus. Can you think of another word for it? You're right. It's Christmas. That's right what it is. So that's all I'm going to do in this book. I'm going to start with another Advent storybook. And this is called Advent Storybook. It's written by Anthony Schneider. And the thing that's neat about this book is it has little mini stories for every day between the beginning of December, which is next month, and the 25th of December, which is Christmas. So this will be a story about us coming to Christmas. This story is about a mama bear and Benjamin bear. And Mama Bear is going to tell Benjamin about the story of coming to Christmas. Can you see this picture? Here's Benjamin Bear up here. Can you tell what he's looking at? Look and follow my finger. A big star, and it's got a tail on it. So let's hear what the first story is. On December 1st, just before bed, Benjamin Bear opened the first door on his Advent calendar. Some of you may have Advent calendars at home too. Oh, look, a star with a tail, he cried. And Mama tells the story. Once upon a time, there was a little bear just like you. He discovered a star one night shining in the sky above his cave. He had never seen such a bright star before. It was a very special star indeed, because the little bear, full of curiosity, decided to try and follow it. He ran over hills and mountains, swam across a wide river, and climbed the steepest rocks. But Little Bear finally got so tired that he had to stop and rest. He lay down and fell fast asleep. When he awoke, he sprang up in panic. "Where's my star? I lost my star," he cried. how surprised he was to see the tail of the star shining brighter than the sun. The little bear set out again, relieved and even more determined to follow the wondrous star. When Mother Bear finished the story, Benjamin pointed to the star. "Look at it shine," he said happily. "Yes," said Mother. "Remember that God is with you night and day to show you the way." So that's all I'm going to read in this one. You can check it out, or your parents can. This one is called Who is Coming to Our House by Joseph Slate and illustrated by Ashley Wolf. What do we have on this picture? Are they plants? Are they people? You're right. All kinds of animals. We have a hen, a sheep, a goose, a cow. Oh, look what's on top of the cow. A little mouse sitting on the top of his head. Another chicken, a cat, and I think this is a little baby sheep over here without much wool yet. Who is coming to our house? Who's coming to our house? Someone, said Mouse. Oh my goodness, look at how many animals we have now. Oh, and that's a peacock. That's a very unusual animal to have there. "Make room," says Pig. "I will butt aside the rig." A rig is a kind of cart, and you can see the wheels of the cart behind the cart. "We must clean," said Lamb. "Dust the beams," said Ram. The beams are what's holding the roof of the place up. "Who's coming to our house?" Someone, said Mouse. "Sweep the earth," says Chick, because they had earth on the floor there. Stack the hay, says Goose, and whick! "Spin new web," says Spider. Look at this beautiful web that he spun. "I will line the trib with eider," says the duck, or the goose. Eider is the feathers from his body, and some of you may have pillows that are soft and fluffy, and they may be stuffed with eider, which are goose or duck feathers. "Who's coming to our house?" Someone, says Mouse. "Someone's coming from afar. I will nose the door ajar," says Horse. That means he's sticking his nose to push the door open. "But it's dark," says Cat. "They will never come," says Rat. "Yes, they'll come," says Mouse. "Someone's coming to this house." "I will lay an egg," says Hen. "I will spread my tail for them." And this is the peacock that I was saying was unusual to have. "Who is coming to our house?" "Mary and Joseph," whispers Mouse. Welcome to our house." Is it just Mary and Joseph in the house? No, the baby Jesus that God sent to Joseph and Mary and to all of us. So that's a really good story maybe for your younger brothers and sisters. You might like to even read it to them yourselves. And I have one last story. And this is not Christmas. This is not when Jesus was a little baby. Can you see? Does Jesus look a little bit older to you? Actually, I think this is not Jesus. This is. And it's called, If Jesus Came to My House. Can you imagine that? What would you do if Jesus came to your house? It's written by Joan Thomas, and the stories are drawn by Lori McElrath-Eslick. So let's see what you would do if Jesus came to your house. Came is like another word for coming. You could also call this if Jesus were coming to my house. If Jesus came to my house and knocked upon the door, I'm sure I'd be more happy than I've ever been before. If Jesus came to my house, I'd like him best to be about the age that I am and about the height of me. I'd run downstairs to meet him. The door I'd open wide, and I would say to Jesus, "Oh, please won't you come inside?" I'd offer him my rocking chair. It's such a comfy seat. And a pleasant fireplace, he'd warm his little feet. My kitten and my puppy dog would sit beside his chair, and they would be as pleased as I at seeing Jesus there. Then I would put the kettle on and make a cup of tea, and we would be as happy and as friendly as can be. I'd show him all the places that are nicest in the house. The hidey hole behind the stairs where I pretend I'm a mouse. See the stairs going up? There, you can see there, and they're playing hide and seek under the stairs. The little window up above where I can stand and see the people passing down below, but they can't see me. And then I think I'd show him the corner in the hall where sometimes I'm rather frightened by the shadows on the wall. I always have to hurry when I'm going past at night, but hand in hand with Jesus, I'd be perfectly all right. I'd show him round the garden and ask him please to bless the seeds that I have planted for peas and watercress. And if the flowers I'd planted were blooming on that day, I'd pick a bunch of the rest of them and take for him to take away. Then, while I held the basket, I would gather 2 or 3 of the ripest rosy apples from my very special apple tree. See the apple tree? Apples on it. And all the little birds would come and twitter up above for joy at seeing Jesus in the garden that they love. And then we'd play with all my toys, my nicest toys, of course, and he would have the longest ride upon my rocking horse. And with my bricks, I'd build for him a palace that's like a castle of his own, and he would be the little king and sit upon the throne. When we were done, we'd stack the toys all neatly on the shelf. But first, I'd let him choose the best and keep them for himself. And when at last the day was done, the shadow crossed the sky, I'd see him to the garden gate, and there we'd say goodbye. That's the story of if Jesus came to my house. I'd like to say a little prayer before we leave today. Can you fold your hands and close your eyes? And you can say each verse after me. Dear God, thank you for sending us Jesus, and thank you for our being able to get ready for his coming at Christmas. And we can all say together, Amen.